I ain't even about to do a long drawing intro because you know why you're here. You're here to learn how to be an ally for the LGBTQ plus community. But before I get into the video, I just want to say I am Will and you are watching Trendsetter with TV for those who do not know. But if you're a Trendsetter, you already know. But also, every week of Pride Month, I'm doing a video dedicated to a topic within the community and people that affect the community. Last week's topic was about homophobic phrases that people need to stop using, and this video is going to be how to be an ally for the LGBTQ plus community. But I ain't gonna say nothing else. Let's get into the video. First things first, an ally is not just a title, it's an action. What is words with no action? They don't have any meaning, right? So you can't just be out here saying, I'm an ally for the LGBTQ plus community, this, that, and third, with no action behind it. If we're your friend and you want to be an ally for real, you got to ride for us. And in this video, I'm going to discuss everything that you need to know so you can be the best allies possible. You need to treat your family member or your friend just like you would treat anybody else. Just because I happen to be gay, it doesn't mean that I don't like sports. It doesn't mean that I don't like playing video games. It doesn't mean anything but besides the fact that I like guys and I have a specific type, but we about to get into all that. It doesn't make them less than a human. You probably have the same interests as people in the community, but you wouldn't know because you are too insecure to find out. And if all you can talk about is girls, you need to do some soul searching. The only difference is who we're attracted to. That's about it. You can't just be putting me in a box just because I'm gay. I talked about this in my last video, but I just want to let those who want to be an ally know that don't feel like just because somebody is gay, they're bisexual, or they're a lesbian, they will want you. We have standards. We all have standards. So don't feel like just because I'm gay, I might like you. Don't feel like just because a girl is a lesbian, they'll like any girl. And don't feel like just because somebody is bisexual, they're greedy, they want everybody. No. Speaking of standards, don't try to put your gay, lesbian, bisexual friend or family member on or one of your other friends. Like I was just talking about, we may not like you, we may not like them either. I don't like every guy I see. You probably think you're the finest person walking. You probably all 10s in your head, but in my book, you probably a 2. This topic can be a whole video itself. But within the gay community, people like femmes, people like muscular gays, people like old men, just a bunch of different categories of guys that we like. And with all that being said, if they don't ask, don't do it. Don't call yourself an ally if you're gonna keep supporting corporations that are homophobic. You know which one I'm talking about. I ain't even gotta say it, but I will say it for those who don't know. Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I love Chick-fil-A. I can't stop eating it. Oh, it's my favorite restaurant. Best chicken ever.
If you so in love with Chick-fil-A like that, your head ain't right for you to be in love with a whole fast food restaurant. It's not a human. And what's crazy is within the black community, they'll be like, well, I can't stop eating at Chick-fil-A. I love it too much. But let a black person say, don't eat here, don't shop here, because they're racist. Everybody gonna stop eating and shopping there. But I don't understand when it comes to the gay community, y'all ain't trying to stop it. Black people understand how it is to be a marginalized community, but when it comes to the gay community, crickets. If a place is homophobic, don't eat, don't shop there. It's that simple. If you're not sure of somebody's gender, ask for their pronouns. Do not just say he is, she is, unless you know for sure. I talked about this before. Some people be on go. Some people ain't trying to hear that. Some people feel like, well, I shouldn't have to teach you. If you're not sure of somebody's gender, ask for their pronouns. If you don't know what pronouns are, what did you do during grade school? 12 years of grade school. 12 years of English class and you don't know what pronouns are? He, she, they, them. That simple. Be there for your gay friends. If you want to be an ally, you gotta be a friend. You can't just let them always be there for you and you not be there for them. And if you can't be there for them like they're there for you, it's time for you to let them know that you're not comfortable with being there for them and stop being their friends, because it's been times where I felt that I was alone and I couldn't talk to my straight friends because they ain't trying to hear about this guy who did me wrong. If you can't be there for them and they want to cry on your shoulder and vent to you like they're there for you, you're talking about your straight situations, you can't call yourself a friend. You can't call yourself an ally. It should be mutual. That should be a friendship. It shouldn't just be one-sided. Call your friends out when they're being homophobic. I talked about this in my last video when I was talking about phrases that are homophobic to stop using. If your friend says something that is homophobic, call them out. If they are saying the F word, call them out. If they are saying that's gay, don't do that, why are you doing that gay stuff, why are you wearing that, it's gay, call them out. Not only is that ignorant, but it's very much homophobic because a shirt can't be gay. This can't be gay. These wristbands can't be gay. The definition of gay means you like the same gender. That's it. It's not hugging your guy friend. It's not being there for a friend. It's not saying I love you. None of that is gay. There's no homo stuff. Let it go. If they gotta say that, they aren't secure in their sexuality. Speaking of calling people out, call out these organizations, these fraternities, these even sororities that are homophobic and transphobic. I talked about this in the privileges that straight people have, the gays don't video, how they will let a non-black person in a fraternity before they will let a black gay person in a fraternity. Which is crazy. These D9 fraternities and sororities, they were created for and by black people because the white people wouldn't let the black people in theirs. Imagine being gay and black. Like I talked about earlier, just because I happen to like guys, it doesn't make me less of a man. I could probably get in this organization and do more than you ever did. I could probably be creating all the fundraisers. I could be doing all the volunteering events. I could be doing all the mentoring. And you just sitting there with your letters. Hold your line brothers and line sisters accountable. When it's time to pick who y'all want to be on the line, just because they're gay, it doesn't make them less of a person. Ask questions, less statements. Meaning, if you aren't sure of what to say and what not to say, ask. It's that simple. Don't be out here embarrassing yourself or embarrassing your gay friend or your gay family member. Like I was talking about the pronoun things. If you go out here and say it's the wrong person, they may attack you. Or they may not. They may, correct you and say, oh no, don't say that, say this. But what is a good example? Some gay people allow their friends to say the F word. Now, if you go around the wrong person, you know what would happen. For me, I'm gonna say, hey, don't do that. I will tell you it's very offensive. Explain how it is offensive. It's like a white person saying the N-word to a black person. You probably say, oh, no, it's different. So you're gaslighting me? You wouldn't understand because you're straight. I talked to my cousin last week. He was asking me questions on how to say certain things to certain people within my community. And I was telling him, don't say this, don't say that. If you say it around the wrong person, they can and will get offended. And to my fellow community, this video ain't for y'all, but y'all gotta hold yourselves accountable. If you know, you can't just be out here thinking for yourself. You gotta think for your friend, and you gotta think for the other gay people. If you out here letting your straight friends say the F word or other things, you gotta tell them, don't say this around certain people. Don't do this around certain people. Like I said before, if I have an issue with something that my straight friend is doing or saying, I'm gonna let them know so they don't go out here embarrassing me or them. Last thing, don't be out here asking intrusive questions that you aren't ready for the answer for. You ain't trying to hear about the sex life? Don't ask. For me personally, I ain't really trying to hear about my straight friend's sex life. I ain't even trying to hear about nobody within my community's sex life. So don't be out here asking questions unless they come to you and say, would you like to know anything about my sex life? Then you can ask the question. But don't be out here just asking questions because they probably don't feel comfortable with disclosing that. Anyways, that is all I have for you. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, you comment, because it's free and it helps me more than you know. And I will catch you on the next episode of Trust with TV. I am gone.